Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Hey friends, it's Kurt, and today I have Peter here with me and
Sam.
Our puppy Sam.
Hi, Sam.
We are going to be talking to you today about going on a Disney Cruise Line vacation as adults with no children. Adult only vacations.
I mean, do we count as adults? We're kids at heart.
Yes, Peter, we count as adults. All right, so a lot of you messaged us on Instagram, through my personal Instagram and through Foreverland Friends, a whole bunch of questions about the Disney Cruise Line going on as adults and if it's worth it. So I just want to talk about the main thing that everybody asked about. Do the children affect your adult-only vacation? I would first like to say that you have to keep in mind that the Disney Cruise caters to families. So I want to kind of walk you guys through some things that we did to prepare to kind of make our experience an adult-only experience, because we really didn't run into too many kid issues. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of insight on our life and why we decided to go on a Disney cruise vacation. We used to live in New York City, and we would fly down to Disney World maybe once every 3-4 months just to get away, just to go do something fun, and just to be at Disney. So in our transition move to LA, we were technically homeless for 3 weeks as they shipped all of our stuff across the country. So we decided to book our Disney cruise. We went on the Disney cruise out of Port Canaveral. We went on a 4-day Bahamian Halloween on the High Seas cruise, which we also thought would be loaded with children. There weren't really that many children, which brings me to my first point. You have to plan when you go if you want to go without kids. We went the first week in September. I think our cruise was like September 9th through the 13th or something. And along with planning the date that you want to go, also kind of look into the ship structure itself. That was really beneficial for us. So we ended up staying on the 9th deck in the very front, or the aft of the ship, I think it's called, towards the front of the ship. And we stayed right underneath the adult-only pool, the lounges, anything that was adult-only, we stayed 2 floors below that. I think a really cool thing about the adult-only areas is that they have a couple adult-only pools, but there is one little section right behind a little cafe that they have that is technically not adult-only, but it's close enough to the adult-only section that there aren't really any kids there. It's like the Donald pool, I think.
And it was definitely like there were still families around us, but they weren't like super loud. We didn't have we weren't woken up by kids screaming all the time.
Right.
No, it was fine.
But I think that if there were a lot of children on the ship, we would have definitely been out on our balcony more than we were. But it was just nice to know that we had a private space that was outdoors, that we could sit, where there are no children, no families, no anybody there.
And it was nice to have a little quiet area where we could just be to ourselves and have like a little private, relaxing moment.
All right, let me talk about getting onto the ship itself. You have plenty of time to meet the characters in the same outfit that they're meeting in the port, the dock. I don't know. Okay, so once you get on the ship itself,
Easy Dream, please welcome aboard Kurt and Peter!
I recommend getting to your room, changing, doing whatever you want. I don't recommend going to the pool. I feel that all the families and children went right to the pool to get a spot for the sail away party.
Come on, buddy! Let's sail away! Let's move!
So what we did, we went to our room, I like to unpack right away. So I unpacked, we kind of just explored.
We had lunch. We had our really good buffet. That was great.
Yes, at the Cabana's buffet. So just kind of do you. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite part of a Disney cruise.
For sure, both of our favorite parts.
The food. There's nothing more that I love than free Mickey bars. And you get them on a Disney cruise. You can get as many as you want any time of the day. I would get them at like 1 a.m. when we get back to our room. I would just call room service and be like, hey, could I get a free Mickey bar? Thanks. And it would come to my room. And I would eat it in bed. Okay, but enough about Mickey bars. A lot of families pick the first dining time because you kind of correlate your evening with your dining time and the show in the theaters that night. You are actually sat with different parties, different reservations who are kind of similar to you. So we sat with people in our age group. So let's talk about the buffet, our favorite restaurant. So we recommend going to the buffet closer to the closing time. I believe, if I remember correctly, it closes at 2:30, the Cabana's buffet on the ship, 2:30 or 3. I would recommend getting there like an hour to a half hour before it closes. A lot of the families have already eaten, they're already gone, they're already doing their own thing. Okay, so let's talk about the adult-only dining that we did. We went to Remy, which highly recommend. If it's your first cruise, like it was for us, it was our first cruise in general, not only a Disney cruise, but it was also just a nice date night. You know, we were celebrating moving our lives from New York City to Los Angeles, and we just wanted to do something a little extra special for us. If you're going without children, I think it's a great way to treat yourself. Okay, so I want to get something out of the way real quick, the characters. One really great thing about meeting characters at the Disney Cruise Line is they're all out at the Bon Voyage party. The very, very last night that you're on the ship when you're heading back to Florida, they have every single character in their sailor costume out in the main atrium at different locations.
With the royalty of the Disney dream. So let's see those elegant waves as we say farewell to Princess Tiana, Cinderella, and Belle.
So we were able to meet Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Donald, Goofy, Chip and Dale, Belle. I know Tiana was there, Rapunzel was there. We didn't end up meeting them, but
There's just too many.
we
all
literally
at
just
once.
ran around in the last 10 minutes and just met everybody. I need water. My throat hurts. Corona! All right, so let's talk about ports of call. So Serenity Bay sounds lovely. We took the tram all the way to Serenity Bay. There were no chairs. All the adults had already taken everything. If you want to get to Serenity Bay real early, go for it.
I mean, we found a nice little spot on the beach and hung out for a little bit. Went on the boat again after a couple hours. But it was nice. It was really, really nice to be able to like lay down on the beach and everything.
Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about are the kind of dress up things that they have. So like Pirate Night, or like I mentioned, we went on a Halloween cruise. So they had like an adult only Halloween party. We dressed up. There were also a lot of other adults that dressed up for both events. So if you're going and you don't have kids, don't feel like you don't have to dress up, or like don't feel pressure to dress up.
And the other great thing I think about dressing up is being able to take pictures with the characters in your outfits. Like,
Yes, because the characters are also dressed up in the theme nights.
And it's so fun. Like, we were able to go for Halloween and take pictures with Mickey in his Halloween outfit, and we saw Minnie, Pluto, Mickey in their pirate outfits, and our pirate outfits, which was so fun.
So I do think a really great advantage to going on a cruise without children is that the cast members and characters kind of like you a little bit more. We didn't.
I was gonna mention this too.
We didn't have children with us, so there wasn't this sense of I don't know what I want to say. We didn't have any kids with us, so I feel like the cast members and the characters took a little bit more time and kind of just treated us almost as friends.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time when there are kids, they feel kind of obligated to, you know, the parents want the pictures of the kids with the characters, and, you know, the kids want autographs, and it's not like kids don't really have much of like an actual interaction. Rather, it's just like parents want to take pictures.
It's just like a photo opportunity.
It's not really like an interaction. So when we go, it's just really fun because with the characters, they're, you know, you can comment on their outfits and talk about how, like, I told them that like Kurt made my outfit and it was really cool, and it was really fun to have those interactions that you don't really get with kids.
It definitely adds to the experience. So that kind of wraps up our Disney Cruise Line as adults video. The biggest piece of advice that I can give to you, I think, is timing is everything. When you go, you know, booking your trip, location, you know, where you are on the ship in relation to the adult-only areas, you know, the timing that you choose for your meal, the timing that you choose to go to your meal.
Yeah, and I think overall, you have to go into it knowing you're going on a Disney cruise, so there's still going to be kids all the time. You're still going to have those areas and those moments that you have to deal with kids.
And you also kind of have to kind of take into consideration that there are still going to be kids on other cruises. You know, so there's going to be kids no matter where you go. But if you love Disney, if you love going to the Disney parks, you're going to be around kids anyways. So I think that if you can handle going to a Disney park, you can handle being on a Disney cruise.
And if anything, you'll be able to bond with a lot of the adults that are on the cruise who don't have kids, because I'm pretty sure they all have a similar passion for Disney, and they probably are the ones who are also going to be dressing up and also want to be meeting the characters and just having a great time.
So that kind of wraps up our video. If you have any other questions about going on a Disney Cruise Line as an adult without children, leave a comment below. We'll be sure to answer any questions, or give us a shout out on Instagram at Foreverland Friends. So make sure you like this video, comment anything else. Bye, Sam. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you real soon, friends. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.